Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying productive? At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, has been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. Trello keeps everyone on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-hosts Arm and Dan. Members, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to a mini episode of Dumb People Town. Population Hess.
Hey.
Karl Hess.
What's
welcome
up,
to the show, buddy.
So good to be here.
I am so excited to talk about the dumb exploits of dumb people with you.
I'm so ready to hear about these dumb exploits.
Because we believe that the world is getting dumber.
It feels like it is.
Right?
I mean if
you when you go out into the world, you do a great podcast about sort of chefs and food. It's a foodie comedy podcast,
Sure.
if you will, yelling about pâté.
That is what it's called.
Phenomenal. You've done like a handful of 50 episodes
Yeah, we're
already.
on 52 right now. So
Nice.
Wow.
we don't have a group intro like that though. All you guys doing that, I was like, wow, I need to
Yelling
step up the intro.
about
Pâté. Like, see, it could work. That
Or
could
it's
work.
all whispering.
Pâté.
I think that would be great, but I wonder. I'm sure that the chefs you talk to, and I'd be really interested to hear, and I would love to get your take on it. Is like, have the clientele gotten dumber or shittier or worse to like
Or
deal
more
with?
demanding,
Yeah.
or like
I
taking
think,
pictures of the food.
We actually talk about this a lot because a thing that's happened in the last 5 to 10 years is the advent of open kitchens.
Oh, yeah.
So back in the day, chefs weren't really exposed to the clientele, and now every cool hip restaurant, for the most part, has
you
an
want
open,
a table? Yeah, you want a table, or even like
the chef's counter.
That's right.
You're right there. So like, it's only been a recently modern development that you can interact with the chef. And every chef will have some story about someone who's like sitting there at the
Just
chef
a
counter.
dipshit.
And just like, for the most part, people are cool. Like, you know.
For the most part,
you
they
want
are.
to think that. But like, every chef has a fucking horror story where it's like, they're just like, why are you talking to me?
Stop.
Like, I'm at work right now.
Stop.
Like, what do you.
Stop this line of questioning. I don't feel comfortable. I'm chopping radicchio
Sure. I'm
right
over
now.
here, I'm over here like doing matchsticks with this onion. Like, you stand back.
Please allow me to.
Well, that's also like,
introduce myself.
we talked about this, that like when someone orders a Caesar salad and they make it by the table, that's
Right.
supposed to like elevate the experience. It's
Sure.
like, no, I already feel bad that you're working for me. Like, I don't necessarily want to know.
Just eye contact
Just
the whole
bring it
time.
out.
Arms folded.
No,
like,
see, I'm the opposite. I want to lock eyes with the man
Yeah.
who's making that dressing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's fresh.
what
It's
do you
very
do? You
fresh.
mouth the words, I want to fuck you.
I want
That's so
that
weird.
inside of me.
I want to get that in Caesar
I
inside
think
of me.
another aspect that's a more recent development is all this food allergy stuff. So you'll have people asking like if something's gluten free that would like never contain, like, is there gluten in this corn? It's like, you don't know how gluten works. Clearly,
That is not gluten.
You need to do some research on this topic.
Gluten is not in corn. I love it. So, Yelling About Pâté, that is the podcast. I want everyone to check that out. But now we have
A story sent
to
to
us, and we
do.
got to get into it. And it's your mini of the day, and we hope this sends you into the weekend in a great way. But Daniel, what do we got?
Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm going to read you the headline. First of all, let me say it was sent in by Justin Roth at Joth11.
So
Sends
good.
in a lot of
Sends
great
so many
stories.
stories. Thank
Thanks,
you,
buddy.
Joth.
I appreciate
Joth
it.
11 does sound like a Star Wars character that they tested,
Right.
and then they said no.
He didn't go. People didn't like him.
Because
People
they're
aren't
like,
ready for
is he
this.
a
Right.
monster or is he a planet?
Right,
don't
right.
know.
That's what I feel like
Right,
too. I
too much
felt
like
I got
Hoth.
that planet vibe as well. Yeah, maybe that's why. He's
Joth
hot.
11 could be one of the moons of Hoth.
of Hoth.
Jay, we're in sync. I was thinking Moon too.
Thanks, brother.
Joth 11. There's a space station on Joth 11. We'll be there and we'll reload.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Joth 11's probably his gamer tag.
I'm sure.
Joth 11 is like where you like come out of like hyperspace.
Right. Set it down on Joth 11. We got to refuel.
Set it down.
Okay, ready for this?
Yes.
Thank you, Justin, because you hashtagged Dumb People Town at Daniel Van Kirk, which
Way
is
to do
how
it. If you're the first one to
works.
send it in, you get named
Right.
on
Pro
this thing.
shit.
And if I ever get it wrong, I'm just a man doing his best job.
Do you want a Star Wars riff on your name? You better tag it up.
Here we go.
Tag it up.
Here's the headline. Woman spends, quote, quite some time,
Oh, so not a lot of time.
quite some time.
So, but I know it's in quotes. So, what are we saying?
I
It's
know.
not- This
Well,
is
no,
when I
think-
love that. Like,
I think the headline is saying that's a quote from the article.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Direct quote.
Quite
Woman
some-
spends quite some time fiddling with rear end.
what?
Now, to me, I hope that
Is
means
this
she
ass
literally
play?
played Devil and Went Down to Georgia on her ass.
There you go.
Or maybe this is the sequel to Fiddler on the Roof.
It's
Fiddler in the Ass.
Fiddler.
If I was a rich
I think they were making a premiere of The Deuce.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just enough time. You don't know how long it takes down there.
Just
sometimes.
Enough Time is one of my favorite bands. Okay.
That to me sounds like not a
Kid
311
show.
song, no, but a Third Eye Blind album.
Just Enough Time?
Third Eye
Right.
Blind album.
Like, you
I
heard
thought
this
you
new one?
said-
It's actually pretty good. Just enough
You know
time.
what
Have you heard Just Enough
It's
Time?
pretty good.
It's on the cover.
If
They're
you
like trying
could fiddle with this ass, my friend.
I'd listen to that song too.
take time to play with my behind you're living in.
You know what I thought you said was Third Eye Blind app. And I was like,
Right. Yeah, everybody the app that everybody has. So the one we're all
Third Eye
familiar with.
Blind should make an app just
my
so people
God.
can
Everybody
ironically,
should.
everyone in Silver Lake would ironically have it on their phone.
Do you have the Third Eye Blind app?
Yeah, I got the Smash Mouth app. It's great.
Really?
I open it every morning.
Somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
That's your
Don't
alarm.
do that to people.
So your phone rings and you get that.
You would wake up.
Somebody. It's just that.
Get it off,
Go,
get it
go.
off.
I'm sorry. I'm turning it off.
I'm fucking up.
We're going to get tweets from people being like, that's in my head all day now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Sure, it's that good.
Okay. Also, we got another Greenlee. Now, okay.
So explain to
Yeah,
Carl
give me
who
the context.
Greenlee is. So
He's
Phil
a
Greenlee
reporter
is it
for the TC Palm in Florida.
He's on the Dumb People beat.
His name is Will Greenlee.
Will Greenlee.
Right.
And he likes to, and as you will see, Carl, he likes to insert
his own-
his literary style onto the world of dumb people.
Yeah.
He
He's
is
a prose stylist.
He's the
one
Ernest
might say.
Hemingway
It's
of
called like
dumbness.
Off the Beat with Greenlee or something like that, and he just does bad news stories from Florida.
This guy's a
TC
gold
Palm.
mine for you guys.
He's
It's a
unbelievable.
Greenlee, as Patton Oswalt said. It's a Greenlee. You know it's a Greenlee.
You know, it's a Greenlee.
They write themselves. This takes place in Indian Town, which does not feel appropriate to say.
Hey, you going to Indian Town?
Yeah.
No, it's pronounced
Indian Town. That's like
And
an old-timey town where you can get like that 1800s picture of your family.
Right, exactly. Your head through a little board that's painted like
just
a
don't like it.
racist, savage caricature.
Yeah.
It's like in
Indian
Indiana
Town.
where they have like Brownsville right next to Whitestown.
No.
Yes, that's real.
I know.
It's outside of Indianapolis.
It used to be called Redskin Town, so they lobbied successfully. So
Hey, at
finally,
least
it's Indian Town.
They're making some changes.
Right, it's an improvement.
Indian Town. A woman jailed on DUI and drug charges got in more trouble after investigators report she spent quite some time extracting stuff from her rear end.
Extracting. Okay, we're talking about a prison wallet situation.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
This is passing.
A legitimate fanny pack.
By the way, and if you were to call it the Mule of Indian Town, could be like that to me is an indie
That's
movie.
a Willie Nelson
Right,
ballad.
exactly.
That's an indie movie.
That's an
I'm
Indiana
like,
Jones comic book.
Francis McDormand is the Mule of Indian
It's like
Town.
a Vincent Gallo movie.
Martin County Sheriff's, which is a county sheriff's office based off the TV show Martin.
Right?
I loved that show.
I
Great
love
show.
that show so much.
Unbelievable.
Martin County Sheriff's officials, about 2 p.m. on July 9th. This is midday. We almost never get stories. Like, we'll get end of day drinking, like 6 or 7
6
o'clock.
p.m. is the 3 a.m. of
That's
day
the Dumb
drinking.
People Town threshold. You're
We'll
past,
get-
you're past 6 p.m. Anything happens.
Should we announce that shirt is coming out?
I thought we did already.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll announce
6
it again. 6 p.m. is the 3 a.m. of day drinking. That shirt is coming out.
Yes.
I
Says
love
Dumb
that.
People Town on it. You
But
can get it. It's
it's true.
in a beautiful red. You can wear it around. You can
Right.
let people know that you were a
the-
townie.
and it's not really really saying your behavior is that way. You're just saying we recognize this as a truism.
It's the time when you either go to sleep or start making terrible decisions while
if you've been drinking all day.
Okay, so if that is the adage, then what is 2
is about 2 p.m. So 2 is about 11.
Yeah.
I know, but see, that's the weird thing is because we'll do stories that take place early in the morning, and we're like, well, this is a carryover from all night.
Could have been a carryover.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. feels like a no man's land.
If you're still awake the next day at 2 p.m., anything can fucking happen at that point.
You're just living a Kiss song.
Yeah.
You just you're pulling shit out of your ass at 2 a.m.
Yes.
At 2 p.m.
I love how much singing is in this podcast. I just want to say that.
Oh,
Just in this one, and she's pulling when literally that phrase, he pulled that one out of his ass. She was literally she was literally doing
what came out
about 2 p.m. on July 9th. They encountered Leona Hubbard during a traffic stop in Indiantown.
L. Hubbard.
Yeah, she was in for some reason.
Her middle name is Rhonda.
Right. She's like, I don't like to talk about that. It's just
L. Rhonda.
Rhonda Hubbard.
Leona.
Rhonda
Old
Hubbard.
Mother Hubbard.
L.
What's
Rhonda.
in your cupboard?
L. Rhonda
We're
Hubbard.
about to find out.
My book is called Drinking Addicts. It's a fucking religion.
Look, there are a lot of thetans in my ass. I gotta get 'em out.
My book is called Wine.
My book is called Going Everclear.
There it is. We got there.
Daniel
We
Van
got
Scher.
there. Professional comedian, folks.
This next fact of this story, for some reason, tells me a lot about her. She was traveling erratically when deputies pulled her over driving a Chevrolet Trailblazer.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Erratically is probably generous.
But the fact that it's a Trailblazer, that's that and the GMC Jimmy have a specific place in this country.
You can really picture it.
Oh, yeah.
And she could have easily been saying, I was just blazing a trail.
That's what she's doing.
What
as far
are you
as ass
doing?
play goes, she is a trailblazer.
For some reason, every Trailblazer I think of is from the early 90s to late 80s, and it's black with some sort of gold on the side of it.
You're talking about the Portland Trailblazers.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
She is the Rosa Parks of people taking stuff out of their ass.
She's not
her ass is the back of the bus, and she's pulling it all out.
She refused to get up and stop taking things out of her ass.
And every Trailblazer is used. Even when you bought it the year it came out, it was already used.
Wait, I'm
never been a
driving
new one.
This has never been a new Trailblazer.
This is straight off the assembly line, but it's used?
Yeah, there's gravel in the
What are all these stains? Don't worry about it.
Check out this brand new
Wait, this came
pre-owned.
from the factory, and there's a pair of Varney sunglasses in here that don't belong to me.
Those are actually mine. I need those back. Thank you.
brand new pre-owned Trailblazer.
Oh man, I got Trailblazer stories I could tell.
I'm sure you
off
do.
mic. Jumping roads. It was bad.
No.
Okay. Where was I?
Oh, so
here we
she
are.
was-
A deputy reported smelling burned marijuana, not fresh. Burned.
It's
Marijuana.
gone. It's inside her.
And spotting a vape. Leona Hubbard's eyes were glassy, her speech slurred, records show. Hubbard said she'd been at the doctor's office where she received Botox injections. Is that how that goes?
Yeah, it is.
Your eyes get
That's actually a really good excuse, though. You look high as hell. That's all Botox.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey man,
I'm
tell
crying
that,
right now.
Tell that exactly. I am clear as a bell.
She said she was taking Xanax and other medications for medical treatment. So she's trying
Aren't
to
we all?
cover all of the... Yeah.
She's like, I can do this.
This is
I
what
can
I
get
love.
out of it with
Right.
this story.
She thought she could talk her way out initially.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I love. She agreed to take field sobriety exercises,
Why?
which is always the first
Yeah,
mistake.
never agreed.
I'll do it. I'll do it right now.
What do you want me to do?
No, she
Alphabet?
definitely
You want me to
used,
say the alphabet? What'd you call it? What'd you call it? I didn't say it. You
Backwards
said it.
alphabet?
there's definitely a moment where she was like, are you saying I can't do it?
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What?
Show
No,
your
she
ass.
didn't do anything, and she's like, what else you got?
Right. They're like, you haven't
haven't
started
done
the
anything.
test yet.
You haven't
man.
done anything yet.
Man,
I
step
don't,
out.
I don't think you've done anything yet.
What's
Actually, I
next?
pulled you over. That doesn't count.
Step out of the
You
car.
do
man.
it first.
Yeah, that's not. I'm not the one who goes.
You do it.
Okay, I'll go, and then you're going.
You do it.
You touch your nose.
Come here, touch my nose.
You touch my nose. I'll touch your nose. Ma'am, step out of the car.
Ma'am, step out of the
We're
fucking
out of the car. No, you're
Nah,
you're still in it.
Still sitting in the car, ma'am.
I love this. So she agrees to take field sobriety exercises, saying she could perform the tasks. She noted, this is what I love. So she says, I'm going to take your fucking exercises.
Because I can do it.
I can do it.
I can do it.
She then says just so you know, she says she couldn't put all her weight on her left leg and had a boob job weeks earlier. But
Wow.
but was okay.
Going on.
But was okay.
I'll do it.
I'll do it, but here's
a couple caveats here, right off the
You
top.
gotta know two things about me. I cannot put any weight on my left leg, and I just had a boob job. So,
but I'm okay.
Right.
She says with that.
And Botox and some Xanax.
But I'm okay.
If the alphabet consists of me standing on my left leg and using my
then
boobs,
I'm not going to do it. Right. If you want me to sit down and make groaning noises while I throw up,
if that's a test, I'll pass that test. Here's my question. Was she referencing the boob job as if to say, want to see him, and then I get to drive away?
Right, exactly.
Or does she think it's related to her leg?
I think she's like, I think in her brain she thought, I can't do anything really physical.
I got some handicaps over here.
I can't do the nose, arms
I can't balance
movement.
on one leg, right?
I can't balance on one foot.
Yeah, new boobs. Your equilibrium's way off. Yeah.
They went in through her left leg to replace her boobs.
Standard.
After participating in the exercises, Leona Hubbard was arrested on a DUI charge.
Okay.
Deputies.
No surprise there.
She did not pass.
You're about to. There's two things at the end of the sentence I'm about to say that are going to tell you a lot about her.
Okay.
Deputies reported finding items including vape pens, hash oil, and here we go, brass knuckles in a pocket.
Yes. Yes.
No one owns brass knuckles that doesn't want to fight.
She is ready to rumble at all times.
Dude.
But not just rumble in like a current day sense, like in the book The Outsiders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys, you know how Indian Town is. You have to be ready to throw it down at a moment's notice.
If I see a group of socias coming my way,
Right,
I'm going to start pounding some ass.
Yes, it's about to stay golden, motherfucker. Brass knuckles, like if you own brass knuckles, take inventory because no one who's doing fine has.
You're on
brass
some
knuckles.
Gangs of New York shit at that point.
Yeah, or like you're like you want to fight and you want to kill somebody.
You don't own brass knuckles just in case. Like I can understand owning a gun just in case.
Brass knuckles are a proactive measure.
That is like
I'm starting this fight.
That's right.
I'm finishing this fight and I'm starting this fight.
And I'm starting it.
Because, I mean, even just if somebody's like, yeah, this, like if you know what a fist pack is, if you've got something in your car to use as a fist pack, you're half a step below brass knuckles. But
you're saying I know a fight's going to happen and I'm going to be
I'm going to be a part of it.
Right. Well, good for her. She's a single woman.
Good.
Yeah, Indian Town's rough.
Yeah.
At the jail, a corporal reported Hubbard tried to put something in her rectum. Now I'm going to finish this sentence.
Oh, God.
And this is where Greenlee really starts to shine.
Okay, come on, Greenlee, show your
Give it to us.
At
show
the
your
jail,
Pulitzer Prize.
a corporal reported Hubbard tried to pull something from her rectum, the last section of the large intestine that ends at the anus.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Painting a picture.
Greenlee.
Painting a goddamn
letting
picture.
everyone who's already a human
know
what a rectum is.
So here's the thing that I think Greenlee suffers from, and we saw this in some of his other articles. He thinks that he's writing the article for the woman who was arrested.
Right.
Or an alien.
You're writing for a bunch of people who are actually reading a newspaper. You can assume a lot of stuff about those people.
You're right.
Basic knowledge of the general public.
Right. If you've picked up the TC Palm and you're reading it in Florida, you've already separated yourself from so many other people
Basic
in
rectal
Florida.
knowledge can be assumed.
You know what a rectum is.
80% of Florida thinks the news is TMZ.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
The rest of Florida, if they're reading the paper, you don't have to tell them what a large intestine is.
Right. Like if they don't have the TC Palm, they're off arguing with people on Craigslist.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sure.
So at the jail, she tried to pull something from her rectum, which we just learned what a rectum was. Quote, he stated she'd been at it for quite some time. Deputies then fished out 2 plastic baggies from the toilet where Hubbard was sitting. Dissolved pills were in the toilet. Leona Hubbard said, quote, nothing was in the baggies.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Just empty ones in case that you keep.
I stick bags at my ass because
Nothing.
how often are you like, where are my bags?
Yeah, where are my
I want an
baggies?
empty bag.
I want an empty baggie, and I want that possibly
Do you think
to
I
pollute
have
my
pockets?
Quote, this is the corporal, whatever. I pointed out that no one would attempt to hide nothing and asked what was in them. So he feels like he's checkmated her.
And you know, that's just good. That's just good police work.
Right. And asked what was in them, a report states. A report is a written or verbal
No,
account
you're
that's
joking
illegal.
now.
of a memory or incident given to convey information after the fact.
That is not true.
I made that part.
Okay. I was going to say,
Dan,
you almost
You tried to Greenlee. You can't do that.
Cannot Greenlee.
I'm not familiar with Greenlee. I didn't know about
You
it.
are
I didn't
now.
know.
You are now.
She, quote, she refused to tell me and stated they were empty bags. I'm not telling your ass again that this
They're
coming out of my
sticking to the
ass
story.
were
Smart
empty.
move.
Yeah.
Empty bags.
Empty bags typically are stored in pantries as opposed to rectums.
That is not true.
That's Greenlee.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
We might start a new game. Greenlee.
It's a good game because I can't fucking tell.
I'm going to read it to you in full.
Oh, wow.
Greenlee or meanly?
Right.
He's gunning for the Pulitzer.
Quote,
He's gunning.
She refused to tell me and stated they were empty bags. Empty bags typically are stored in pantries as opposed to rectums.
No!
Greenlee wrote
Classic
that
Greenlee.
Diabolical.
print. And they tell you print's dying. Come on.
Yeah, it's
Zach
alive
Greenlee.
and well as far as I'm concerned.
Holy jeez.
Leona Hubbard
Tell it like it is.
Leona Hubbard of Indiantown was arrested on charges including driving while license suspended with knowledge. So she knew, I guess. Possession of less than 20 grams of marijuana, possession of hash oil, possession of drug paraphernalia, introduction of contraband, and tampering with evidence.
Wow.
Yeah, because she
And the introduction of contraband means she brought it in her ass into the
right.
jail,
She
right? And
introduced
then
it.
tampering with it is taking it
taking it
out and
out
throwing
and
it.
Is her asshole Exhibit A or Exhibit B?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Right. First, I'm going to explain to you what a rectum is. Then we are going to take a
you're
look at
all
one.
familiar with the large intestine. Now, if you look at this chart,
Yeah, I like that he's assuming that people are way more familiar with where the large intestine is than they are
Right.
their asshole.
Yeah, by the way, large
Okay.
intestine's a lot harder to explain.
We're going to get out of here on this because it's time to play Guess the AG.
Oh, God.
All right, I'm going to ask
No
you guys,
idea.
how old is Leona Hubbard?
Too much fun leaves marks in life. Living hard, you'll pay the price. Who is gonna get it right? Guess the age, guess the age.
Karl Hess, you are our guest, so you can go first. Tig, which is second, or third.
You want to go first?
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Okay.
So now you kind of know about this woman a
She's
little
got a
bit.
pocket knife, brass knuckles,
This
trailblazer.
Is this Florida?
It is
I feel
Florida.
like it could either be like
It's Indian town.
She's got stuff in her
17
butt.
or like 53.
She had Botox. She had a boob job.
I'm going to go 44.
44 years old. Okay, Randy or Jason, who would like to go second?
I will. To quote the Beastie Boys, brass knuckles, those funky knuckles. I'm going to say this woman is a solid 51.
Okay.
And she got the boob job to stay young, and she has the brass knuckles to make sure no one else looks good around her.
Okay.
I think she's 41.
41?
41. I think she's
41 and having fun.
but definitely a great grandmother.
Well, guess what? I'm going to show you guys a photo of her.
Yes, please.
And if
And
you
we're
want to
still
change,
not gonna
if you
know.
want to change,
Okay, good.
you can.
This is fun. I like
Okay.
this.
I want to see the photo.
Okay, Randy, what did you say? 41. And Carl, what did you say?
I said 44.
44. And Jason, what did you say?
51.
Okay. Do you want to change your guess?
Oh.
No.
I actually think I
Nope.
want to keep my
Nope.
guess.
I want to keep mine.
No.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Townies, get your answers in right now. While you're doing that,
If you join the Facebook page, you can see her.
I know.
So
Wait
you
a minute.
must
I
have-
want to change mine.
Okay.
59.
59.
Wow.
Okay.
Highball. Okay.
Okay.
Not a lot of wrinkles on that face. That Botox shit
Oh,
works.
there are a lot of wrinkles on that face.
but not as many as there were.
Townies, this is your chance to look at the photo, or if you're listening wherever you are and you haven't looked yet,
Every wrinkle
get your
on-
answer in now.
Every wrinkle on her face denotes a bag of crushed up pills that have been hidden.
Right,
in her
exactly.
ass.
You can count it like rings on a tree. Like
Yes.
how much meth?
I will tell the listener if you aren't getting to look before you put your guess in, she has bangs. So let that sway you however you would like.
Right.
Before we give that, though, since I like to do these on the minis, now we should do our plugs. So tell people where they can follow you, Carl.
Oh, yes. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Karl Hess. That's KarlHess. You can
Nice.
follow my podcast. It's at Yap Pod. That's YAPPOD on Twitter and Instagram.
Yell
Great.
at Pâté.
As far as anything?
Yelling at Pâté.
Next future, most
yeah,
most
hey, we
closest date coming up?
tonight. This drops on the Friday. That tonight we'll be in Ann Arbor for 2 shows at the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase, and tomorrow 2 shows in Ann Arbor, 8 and 10:30. I believe they're probably going to be close to sold out. The early shows, late shows will probably still have some seats available, but please come out if you're in the Detroit area. And then we're working on a date to possibly do a live Don't People Town at Largo in L.A. So we're working on that, which would be really fun, too.
Yep.
So check all of our calendars, superscholars.com, to check all that stuff out. And, of course, join the Drip.
Yeah.
Join the Drip campaign.
We're on our way to getting Jan Flato his money back.
I know.
It's
And we're
gonna
going to start
happen.
doing guest reader stories from the townies. So if
Yes,
you want
for
to be one
those
of
who
those
are at
people,
that
make
level.
sure you get in on that.
Amazing.
I will let people know that on the day that this drops, I am in Lafayette, Louisiana for the Together Tour. I'm on tour right now. And tomorrow night, I will be in Baton Rouge. So if you're in and around any of those areas, come hang out with me. And the second leg should already be announced by now. So go to danielvankirk.com.
Bring those brass knuckles out.
Bring
Yeah.
those brass
Show.
knuckles.
I'll sign
Gives
a
us
brass
trouble.
knuckle.
How old is this
Okay,
lady?
you ready?
Yes.
Leona
Yeah.
Hubbard.
L. Rhonda Hubbard.
Baggies in her rectum. Driving a Trailblazer.
Queen of
brass,
Indian Town.
Brass knuckles and a
Queen
pocket
of
knife.
Indiantown.
Recent boob job. No weight on the left leg. Is 38 years old.
Oh, she looks terrible.
my
You should have
God.
stuck with 41.
I know.
Damn.
You should have stuck with 41.
God, you didn't trust yourself.
By the way, she looks like
awful.
She looks like she could be our mom.
Wow.
She looks like a 59-year-old.
To be fair, it is a
38-year-old.
grainy photo, so maybe in HD it would look better.
Also,
but-
she's probably taken some hits from brass knuckles. She's not the only one with brass
yeah.
knuckles in Indian
Yeah,
Town.
exactly.
So
No, right.
She's probably taken some brass knuckles to
You
the face.
fight brass knuckles with
Right,
brass
exactly.
Yeah.
It's- yeah.
We've learned anything.
You
Thank
bring
you,
brass
Greeley.
knuckles to a brass knuckle fight.
Sure.
Thank you, Greenlee.
Sure.
Oh, man, what a great
Yeah,
story.
that's a mini.
Thank you. There's a mini. Follow Karl Hess. Join the Drip. Join the Facebook page. And, oh, shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
It's a good show.